All right, here's a link to YouTube. What's going on, Third Eye? Swooty. What's up, man? All right. Yeah, I should probably update that thumbnail, right? All right, cool. All right, so we got a couple of updates, a lot of updates actually, not just a couple. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of set the stage. So some of you have been holding mana for a good while. Congratulations. It kind of exploded. Good old Zuckerberg came in with the clutch move. We kind of anticipated. He's been talking about the metaverse for a couple of months now, and he finally changed his name to Meta. What are the odds? What are the odds? Good old Meta, man. So Zuckerberg making this update pumped all the metaverse tokens for the most part, like the big ones, Somnium Space, Decentraland, and then this other one, Blocktopia. And so we got Zuckerberg coming into the space. We have he's probably going to be more centralized, as you would expect, as he should. He's got 3 billion people. He doesn't need to decentralize anything. His incentives are different than everyone else's. So, but nonetheless, this is going to bring a lot of eyeballs to the metaverse, and this is the beginning. If you're not holding any mana, do not despair. There's going to be so many chances, huge opportunities coming, and play to earn is barely scratching the surface. So, if you're listening to this right now, you're extremely, extremely early. So, having said that, this is the Rovi community call number 10. So this is where we go over the latest updates in this play to earn game that's going to be deployed in a multiverse, Decentraland and the Rovi Matrix. And we're going to have these assets distributed to the community where when you play, you're actually interacting with other community members, not just a game company. Oh, damn. Third Eye with the UFO-ness here. Look at this. Oh, and he's got the Ethermon gear or headset there. That's pretty cool. Dang, that's crazy wearable, dude. Wow, I'm impressed. So yeah, as we go through this, make sure you have any questions, post them in the live chat. Of course, for the Popeaholics out there, we got popes for you. And then for one lucky person listening to this voice, you will get potentially a chance to win a Rovi NFT, a 3-in-1 NFT. So 3-in-1 indeed. So what is that? What does that mean? You get a transporter meta, which is going to be a very focal point in the game. There's going to be a supercharger meta, another important piece of the game. And then, of course, you get your Rovi, right? 3-in-1. And so I believe, the last I checked, there's like 284 of these left, right? After 284 are sold, then anytime you purchase a Rovi, it's just going to be just the Rovi itself. Now, we've been thinking about a couple of permutations of this, and so we're thinking about how we can tie a Rovi purchase with a meta purchase, right? They come bundled together. So we'll talk about that in the updates coming up here. But of course, thank you guys for joining. And we do this every week. We do giveaways every single week, popes, and we talk updates. So yeah, appreciate you coming back. Juxon, can anyone post a TCL link? Oh yeah, I got it right here. Yeah, this is a standard tower. I'm on the first floor. Oh yeah, Third Eye's, he's got it. There you are. All right, so we got a couple of you guys in here. So for the Pope Army /bot/click farm, you guys, it's gonna be difficult for you guys to get a Pope today. So the way that we're gonna do this, and Oscar, chime in if I'm wrong here, but the way that we're gonna do this is you can claim a Pope if you have a MetaZone asset, and I'll show you what that looks like. Basically anything in your My Assets wallet. So it doesn't have to be a Rovi. So last week, if you were here, if you had a Rovi, you could claim a Pope, and about 40 people claimed a Pope, right? So that was cool. And so now we're kind of opening it up a little bit just to, stretch the legs of this MetaZone bot that we have, and you just need to have any asset. And you can get an asset right now by just first jumping into this PvE battle arena. And it's going to pop up a message that says, hey, go to MetaZone.io, add your email address, and you'll get a crowbar. And I don't think I have a crowbar, but yeah, you'll get a crowbar. That's an asset, and it counts. And last thing, you'll have to be on the community call, right, to get this this Pope. So if you can fulfill all those things, you'll get a Pope. What's going on, Real? All right. All right. Any other things set up before we jump in here? Okay, so let's get on to updates. Good old Dirk. All right, Lord Ginger. All right. So yeah, Iron Man's still MIA. He's still kind of dealing with his situation there. What's going on, Third Eye? Yeah, I see you in DCL. But yeah, let's just jump into the updates. So I have a huge list. So I'm trying to kind of go through these like pretty quick here. All right. So one of the most important things we've been working on for the last week is rarity. So rarity is important to kind of establish, kind of some elbow room as to who's who and who's got what in terms of rarity. And I'm going to post a list here of the different names, and we're gonna show you what these look like. So let's start with this. So we have the names for each of the unique Rovies, and part of the rarity calculation, and I'll post this list. Part of the rarity calculation is the different limbs that you have, and I'll show you what that looks like on the Rovi website. So if you look at that list, there's 10 names, right? Vintage Vibe, Rover Dover, we got Angelic Arc, Teddy Mech, Uni Hacks, Flame Crawler, Cupid Alien, and then 3 others. And the way, if you want to see what they look like, you jump into the Rovi.ai website, and the first one is going to be all zeros across the board. 5 zeros, that is Vintage Vibe. All right, this is your guy. That's Vintage Vibe. We got Rover Dover, right? This is your guy. And just type in all the numbers, and you can kind of see all the unique one, with the last one being 9s across the board. And this is your Night King. Okay? So what does that mean? What does this tell you? So whenever you randomize a Rovi, so let's pretend we bought one, it randomizes, boom. You got your Rovi, right? This is what he looks like. And you have this unique number. So 62,223. And so this should inherently give you some sort of rarity metric based on how many are in existence and which parts you have. And then on top of that, of course, in part of the rarity calculations is your flawless number, right? So that's going to, I think it's going to contribute to the rarity calculation. I think Oscar will have to chime in here. I don't know if this is part of it. I think it is, but yeah, this is going to be important to kind of distinguish what's rare and what's not rare. So we got that going, and I guess we need to wait to see when this is going to be rolled out. But I mean, it's relatively quick because it's essentially done now. It's just about pushing the update. So yeah, now we'll be able to see the rarity, and hopefully we can get onto, I think, Rarity Tools. I think Rarity Tools needs these rarity calculations, and then we can get posted up there. But one of the main ways to we're going to be pitching this kind of going forward is this is definitely most importantly a metaverse project. So I think that narrative is going to catch on pretty quickly, obviously, with everything that's going on, and yeah, so that's going to be the focus in terms of like, displaying like what this can do, because it's not just a POP project. Rarity Tools and all these other aggregation platforms are just focused on the rarity calculations, because that's all they got, right? There's nothing else you can do with these things. Okay. And as we go through here, just let me just post some questions if you have any, and I'm kind of following the chat here. All right. Yeah, I'm getting some questions about unrelated things. You know, how high can loop ring go? I get infinity. That's what I'm going to guess. All the tokens will go to infinity in 3 months. Okay, so say third eye. This is, should you hold off on the transporter updates? And then due to the metaverse exploding as the push to 3-in-1, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know if we can base our decisions based on like market fluctuations. Probably not. Um, but it's a good question. Something to think about for sure. All right, so we have that as an update. Okay. So now, once you have your traits, you'll be able to check on OpenSea, kind of the rarity stuff. So another thing that we did is like, it's kind of hard to tell on screen, but if you go and load this up on your own computer, you can see like some of the aspects glowing. So a lot of the stuff here was just recently updated, and of course the backgrounds being changed, kind of reflecting the actual crew. So if you're in a crew, you're gonna have a specific background, and so yeah, some of the aspects here are glowing now. So just to kind of flex a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, Zuckerberg has really changed a lot of things. I think it's definitely a good thing that Zuck is in. It's going to create a line in the sand between centralized and decentralized. And if you watched his presentation, he does talk about crypto and NFTs, and which is weird because how are you going to have sort of like a centralized product with NFTs in it? It's kind of, you're playing on both sides of the fence, and who knows like what exactly that's going to mean. But he's a smart guy. He's not dumb, and I'm pretty sure he's going to leave the metaverse kind of open to integration to different kinds of things. And he said one of the most important things that we've been preaching for the last 2 years, is interoperability. And it's not just at the protocol level, right? ERC 721s on different chains is cool and all, but it's pointless unless you can see those digital assets in the different metaverses. And that's the hard part. Yeah. Tudorica, he will bring an army of morons to DCL. I mean, is any, significantly large group of people like considered intelligent? I don't know. That's something to debate for sure. Yeah, right. Juxon's on point. Pump my bags, Zuck. Absolutely. Yeah, if Zuck wants to keep pumping his metaverse, and it's just creating a bigger dichotomy. It's going to be very clear, right? People will learn really quickly what it means to own your assets and what it means to not own them. Yeah, the last 48 hours was surreal. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, seeing basically all these numbers go up just because of Zuckerberg. I mean, it's justified for sure. But here's I'm going to make some predictions here. Because of Zuck, you're going to see probably a 10x or a 30x interest in investors. And you're going to see every single project from today on forward. Every single project is going to say something about the metaverse, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with the metaverse. So they're going to use this as the next buzzword. Every project talking about the metaverse and deploying this and deploying that. I'm telling you guys, it's not easy. It's extremely complicated. And don't get fooled by, pretty websites and stuff. Make sure, I guess, these projects, have some level of groundedness, because every project is going to be talking about the metaverse now. Go player power. Yeah, so go to metazone.io, go to settings here, right here at the top right. Go to settings, and then you can type in your email and then your ETH address, and you're good. And then also jump into the game, and then you'll get your crowbar. All right, so next updates. So we have a couple of minutes before we start distributing the Pope. All right, so let's see. Accessories are getting some glow effects. So yeah, the accessories are going to be generally accessed by crafting on for the most part. Some of you already have accessories who won some of these community calls or actually roundtables, and we're going to have a roundtable, I think, next Sunday. So it's the first Sunday of the month. So yeah, it's gonna be next Sunday. So if you guys want to join, let us know. Just hit us up in the DMs that you want to join next Sunday, 6 p.m. UTC, so we can have a chat and get some feedback from you guys, thoughts, anything, and we'll be able to do that next Sunday, or maybe we just join in on Monday's call. I guess we'll see. Bad photographer. Damn. Okay. So Sunday. Okay. Isn't it issued after the meeting? The popes, you mean? I don't think so. No, the popes usually are distributed during the call. So you have to be in DCL to get the crowbar. I believe you do. Okay. I see you, Wisty. I signed up at MetaZone. Didn't take my ETH address. Signature is timed out. Okay, so just hang in there. Once we get the popes issued, if it doesn't work, just hit me up. Ajax. Good old Zuck. Man, that's how you know that let's say you got a project that is very similar to Zuck, and he has like the same mannerisms. That's the project you want to invest in for sure. That's hilarious. Okay, so yeah, going back to the updates here. Okay, so one of the things that we're thinking about doing is once the transporters are sold out, there's roughly 280 of them. But once they're sold out, what we're thinking is, I think the next Rovi crew is the Holo crew. And so I think what we're going to do is with every purchase of a Holo crew, you get a free hologram meta. And the idea here is that the hologram meta will be able to show the different Rovies that show up on your land, but it's limited to 2 Rovies per hologram meta. So in other words, once you deploy a hologram meta to your land, it's connected to a WebSocket server. So we're basically setting up a server for just specifically for being able to show the different Rovies on your land. But it's limited to the 2 Rovies. So your own Rovi and then another person that walks in. So if you want to see multiple Rovies walking around your land, you've got to get multiple hologram metas. But with every purchase of a Rovi, Holo crew Rovi, you get a free meta at the minimum. And so I think this is going to be relatively inexpensive, like comparatively, like with everything. So the more Holo metas that you deploy, the more Rovies you're going to see, and a little bit more social experience. So I see you, Christian. Yeah, throw that money, dude. Hopefully you guys have been holding mana for like 2 or 3 years now. Yeah, when we started, just a little bit of back history. When we started MetaZone in 2019, and this was before, man, what was it? This was right after the beta was released. We realized there was a big problem. So we made MetaZone, and then it was released in February 2020, right? Decentraland launched, MetaZone launched same day, and then a month later, COVID hit the market, right? Everything dumped, right? March 2020. And at that point, you saw a penny for per mana. So mana was 1 penny. And so since we just started, we're like, whatever. But ever since then, obviously, it's been growing. And so, yeah, so this is like seeing, $2, $3, $4 mana is crazy. Ginger Ninja. So if you mint a Rovi right now, will it be a Hollow Crew? Right now it's Unleashed Crew. How do you get one of those 3-in-1? Just go to Rovi.ai here and hit the mint button. It'll take you to MetaZone. And this 3-in-1, this transporter, this box you see is a transporter, and then inside is a supercharger, and then inside is your Rovi, and you can get it here. Yep, that's correct. So yeah, with every purchase of a Rovi Hollow Crew, you'll get the hologram meta for free. Yep, that's correct. Third Eye. Yeah. So speaking about gas fees that we've seen, like for example, if you buy this transporter, even during that mania when ETH gas prices were ridiculous, people were averaging like $6 or $7 per gas for these transactions. So I wouldn't worry about gas when it comes to this stuff. Okay, so all right, I got a huge list here. We got 5 minutes before we distribute the Pope. All right. Oh, meta drop calendar. Okay, so one of the things that we haven't done very well is make the tools like easily accessible as far as MetaZone. And so one of the things we'll be kind of focusing on is allowing creators to, generally make content. But when they do, that content will be NFTs, and then there's going to be this what we're calling a meta drop calendar. So there's going to be a whole campaign for basically any content submitted, and that's why we've been kind of holding off on like all the submissions. But once it's submitted, it goes through like a review process, which is a fancy word of saying we're making sure the meta submitted are working with the meta remote so that anyone who buys it can basically position their meta anywhere on their land. And so once that's done, then it'll go through this queue where we'll do like a meta countdown for each release, and we'll have like a sort of, I don't want to say automated, but like a structured marketing plan for each meta, whether it's a building or a game or whatever it is. We want to showcase our creators, and we want them to be exposed as best they can. And yeah, so it's going to be like a flow for everything anytime a new meta is submitted. Hercules is a whale, man. Who cares about gas, right? All right, so drop calendar, crew. Oh yeah, I do have to mention the crew giveaways. So remember, once we have like a reasonable set of different metas, we're of course, like during these calls, we're going to be giving away more than just like the transporter or Rovies. We're going to be giving away some metas as well. But what we want to do is, we talked about this before, is if you have like 2 different crews in your wallet, then, or 2 or 3 different crews, you'll have an added chance at winning some of these giveaways. And so I guess we'll make it a little bit more clear as to what the structure is. And like I said, we've talked about it in the past, but we want to give you guys some ample room to kind of prepare for these giveaways, because these components, these metas, are going to be the most critical, right? Every single one is kind of fundamental to the game. So giving them away to the community is kind of important here, and we want to make sure that you guys are ready for that. Okay, so I had a question for you guys. So 1,500 transporters, there's about, did I say 280? 240? Well, there's roughly 280, I think, left. And this is currently the Unleashed crew. that comes with the meta NFT. So the question for you guys is, should we? So the 1500. So let me show you. So this is a transporter, right? For you guys kind of new here. This box, the outside box, is the transporter, and then inside is the supercharger. The supercharger will charge your battery after a few battles, right? So the question here is, if since we're capping the transporter at 1500, should we increase the cap of the superchargers to say 2500? Does that make sense? Like, does that make sense to do, or should we just cap the supercharger back to, 1500, the same as the transporter? Bad photographer, what's the deal with the crowbar? Is it not? Are you not able to get one? Todorica says the same. So keep the transporter and the supercharger at 1500. Okay, so third eye, more peeps will use a supercharger to charge. Yeah, so what we're trying to do is figure out a balance. Let's say we get 10,000 Rovies out there, and let's say there's 1,500 transporters and superchargers. It sounds like a lot, but roughly, there's a pretty good chance not all of them are going to get deployed just because people want to speculate, right? Or they don't have land, or they don't have friends to contribute these things, or whatever it is, right? Not all of them will get deployed. So if we assume the worst case scenario where only 10% get deployed, we're talking about 150 locations. And so that's a pretty decent amount, I guess. I mean, you'll always be able to charge your Rovi, right, somewhere. So that's kind of how we're thinking about making sure that there's not too many. And the same goes with like the replicator. Like when that's available, and of course we're thinking about even like giving away the replicator to anyone who buys a Rovi of the same crew, right? So yeah, there's that. So Juxton, I mean, I know you have plenty of assets, so it's going to count for you, but not sure why the crowbar isn't showing up. The transporter is going to play a specific role, Super Tyler. It actually might have a couple of ways to use. So one of the ways that we are thinking about was, since there's going to be, we're speculating ourselves, there's going to be people playing the game so much that they're going to be collecting these assets, and these assets that you're collecting, like the metal hedron and the power cores and all those things, that you could use the transporter to sell, right, those assets. And so it could be like a little kind of storefront for those who want to sell those assets. But the main idea of the transporter is moving off-chain items to on-chain, and typically that's sort of like an important function. But it's we don't, if you think about the reason why we're doing it this way is because we're expecting to have a bunch of game content like distributed in the metaverse, and it would be very difficult to have a single location of like all the various functionalities of a game. And so instead, all the functionalities should exist within the metaverse. And for example, one of the more important functionalities is moving off-chain items to on-chain. And so instead of going to a website, you go to one of the transporters, and you kind of do it that way, right? And so that's kind of how we're thinking about it. Yeah, so Oscar is saying, for some reason, Crowbar Distributor is not working, but anything in my asset qualifies for the Pope today. Yeah, you can. Yeah, for some reason, I guess I haven't. So this is I'm using a new rig here, so I guess I haven't really visited a garden bed recently. But as soon as you do, you get some seeds, and that qualifies as an asset. Yeah, I got some marks here. Okay, just reading through some thoughts here. Okay, UMAC, no crowbar. Tariqa, go back to getting a replicator for having two Rovies of the same crew. No, I think so. There's a couple of things here. So you can win a replicator. You have a higher chance at winning a replicator if you have multiple crews in your wallet. However, buying a crew that coincides with the release of the replicator, you get the replicator with free with every purchase of that Rovi. And then, we'll have to think through how many replicators should there be, right? Maybe 1,000's too much, or we'll see once we get there. Yeah, Third Eye saying about 500. That's kind of what we're thinking. Okay, Juxon, I'm reloading DCL now that my ETH address is saved. Okay, cool. Okay, Dr. K can confirm crowbar distribution is not working. Okay. Yeah, not sure what's going on there, but we'll get it fixed for sure. Okay, let me see the rest of my notes here. Let's see. Rovi replicants will mint to a different smart contract. Yeah. So another update is that using the replicator is obviously going to generate a new Rovi, but the new Rovi that gets generated comes from a new smart contract. So what we want to do is we kind of want to be organized and clean about everything. So the original Rovies will come from the original smart contract that you guys have been interacting so far. And once the 10,000 is purchased, I mean, that's it. That's the cap. But of course, you can go to a replicator and replicate your Rovies, and then that will be issued from a new smart contract. So a little bit technical there, but it is important in terms of rarity. Yeah, replicator will be a big moneymaker, indeed. Just because the fact that you can play the game on your phone in the Rovi Matrix, that's huge, right? I don't think it gets bigger than that, right? There's billions of cell phones out there, and all of them can run, this stuff. So, all right. So we're getting to the good stuff. So we were having a chat. Man, I forget who it was. Was it Greensifer? Yeah, I think it was Greensifer. So I think towards the end of the week on Friday, we're gonna go live with Greensifer on Discord just to have a chat, and because he has some thoughts on Rovi, so I'm gonna get him on and have a discussion. But we were talking about some people getting a pretty bad RNG roll when getting a Rovi, and I'll show you mine. That way we can see. So this is mine. I happen to get 50%, which is, I think, pretty decent. Yeah, it's pretty decent. But some people got like a really low battery score, low strength, low defense, low intellect, like 1% or 0% even. And so we're talking about ways to figure out how to mitigate some of this in terms of gameplay. And there's ways to do that for sure. Like, for example, one of the ways, like a strategy, is when you have this RNG roll, this merely, there's like a range that's a slider. Imagine you have a slider, and the lower the battery score is, the lower the slider is. So for example, when you deal damage and you're on the low end, well, the slider will deal damage based on that range. And so the higher the percentage here, the higher where the slider is. And so you'll generally deal more damage on average, but not always. And that's the point of the slider. However, we have a way to kind of mitigate that. So what we're going to do is the battery power is going to be a function of the RNG roll. So in my case, I got 67%, and the number of power cores I collect. So if I wanted to improve my battery score, all I got to do is collect more power cores and add it to my Rovi. And then what will happen is your battery contribution, your RNG specifically, represents 50% of your overall battery score. And then the other 50% comes from how many power cores you have. So if you just max out your power cores, even if at 0, you're at least at 50%, which gives you, you can play ball at that point, right? And so every single Rovi is going to be functional, playable, and formidable if you spend time on improving them. All right, let me see any questions that I missed. The Ginger Ninja, any idea when free replicator with Rovi will be? We have a couple more releases before we get there. It'll be obvious when that happens, Ginger Ninja. We'll make sure everybody knows when that's happening. So Third Eye got some horrible ones and got some decent ones too. Let's see, bad photography. All 5 of mine are like bad to mediocre at best. Need to go to the Rovi gym. Yeah, that's a hilarious GIF. Okay. So does that make sense? You guys understand what I was kind of explaining here? Is that okay? So we talked about battery, but what about strength, defense, and intellect? So it's the same idea, right? You have defense RNG, strength RNG, and intellect RNG. And with those, for defense, you need metal hedrons, right? This cube thing, right? You need to collect those. The way you get these is playing the PvE game, right? So of course there's going to be a PvE meta, and you battle what we're calling the enemy's glitches, and then every now and then they drop these L1155 assets, right? They're off chain while you're playing the game, but then of course you can move them on chain. So yeah, for the defense, you get metal hedrons. For strength, you need to increase the flawless percentage. So this was a little bit tougher because to increase this number, you got to collect both of them, right, for strength. And last one, intellect. It's going to be, of course, your 50% contribution is your intelligence, and then the other 50% is going to be the accessories that you add to your Rovi. So there's going to be plenty of ways to kind of like upgrade your kind of lower tier stats, and then if you have high tier, I mean, you're just improving your chances at winning more often. So Todorica, 58%. That's correct. Yeah, so all of us should be trying to improve our hedron and our power cores, because that will improve your overall score, but specifically your strength will also increase based on adding these two, right? So there's a lot of benefits for being active in the game. So are you capped at 100%? Say you have an intellect at 99%. So all you're doing at that point is you are making that range smaller and smaller, right? So now that range becomes smaller, and therefore, on average, you're dealing more damage. Alan Howick, I'm so lost. It's funny. It is kind of confusing because we're just talking about it, but once we're able to play, it's going to be a little bit more clear. So no worries. Yeah, just ask questions. Yeah, let me know where you're lost. Yeah, imagine in a few months' time having people for the first time here. Yeah, so I mean, think about the intimidation in playing Axie Infinity, right? If you don't know anything, it's not easy to play that game, right? You don't know what this horn means, what this like fin means, like you don't know anything. The best way is to kind of jump in, and so what we're doing here is really talking about the structure of the game and kind of bouncing off of ideas from you guys, and then once we release this, it'll be significantly more clear. And then it'll be easier for you guys to provide feedback. Because right now, it's more like we have like the structure of the game, but we have some questions as well. So, all right, Oscar, do you want? Let's do the Pope. Let's issue the Pope, and let me see. Okay. Let's do the Pope thing. All right. So let me type in the MetaZone bot. That way everybody can see this. And the way it works is going to be like just like last time. So all you got to do is DM the bot the password. And the password is Rovi Rarity. And then let me know what happens during that walkthrough. So DM the bot, MetaZone IO bot, send them a direct message, and then type in Rovi Rarity as a password. Sweetie, check your privacy settings. Go to the top of Discord and click on privacy settings. See if that makes a difference. Yeah, it's good to turn off direct messaging because of all these like scam bots. Yeah, I think you have to verify, and the reason is because, well, I don't know. Why do you have to verify? Just to make sure everything's been updated. I think that's why. And plus, we're always making updates to the bot, so we probably cleared that, all the verifieds before. Trey Waters, it worked. Alan Howick, Pope code gives me an X. All right, Jackson got the Pope. Yao got the Pope. Had to re-verify as well. Try again, Super Tyler. Citrons worked. Didn't Citrons win another Rovi? Is that right? From Third Eye? Oh, that's right. I haven't sent it out yet. I'll send it out. No worries. All right, says Pope worked for me. Yeah. Alan Howick, Rovi Rarity. Lowercase, one word. Go Player Power got poped. Crypto Angel got it. Nice. Yeah, it's not Pope bot. It's the MetaZone bot. We got to get rid of, as a matter of fact, the Pope project, I think they deprecated that bot, so it no longer works, so we can kick it out. Yeah, the crowbar CES doesn't work. We'll get it fixed for next week. Yeah, congrats, Citron. Okay, Hercules, what should be the best thing to upgrade first? Damn, 59%. So 97% for strength, 94 for defense. Damn, that's pretty good. Trokar, I can't get the verified part to work. Try again. I think you have to do it twice. Yeah, Ginger Ninja, 54%. Yeah. Yeah, these are good numbers. I think I got pretty lucky with 50%. And then kind of like the last thing on my list here. Check this out. Rovi Purity Boosts. So what the hell does that mean? So of course, let's go back and kind of show you what a purity would look like. Let me go back to the website. All right. So what am I talking about? So let's take this guy, right? He's got 08862. So because he's got 2 8s, he is a little bit more pure than a guy with like, what is this? Let's put a 7 here. Right? So the more pure that you are, the bigger the boost that you get. So what does that mean? So if you have a pair, right? So like this guy has a pair, right? 2 8s. If you have a pair, you have a 10% boost during battle. And then if you have 2 pairs, so let me see, 2 pairs. So for example, 2 pairs would be like 8 8. There we go. That's 2 pairs. Then you'll have 15% boost. A three of a kind is a 15% boost. A 3 and a pair is 20%. So if we have this one as 0, there we go. That's 20% boost right there. This guy looks badass already. And then 4 of a kind is a 20% boost. So kind of like this guy, 4 of a kind. And then 5 of a kind is 25% boost. So this would be a perfect Rovi, which is extremely rare. And there's one person out there that has 4 of a kind, right? Something like this. Okay, let's see. Sess, my defense is 9%. Yeah, I don't know if you were here during that discussion, Sess, but you can improve your defense by, let's see. Let me go back to, scroll down here. Actually, it might be easier to show this. You can improve your defense by adding metal hedrons. So this thing, if you add your metal hedrons, it'll improve your defense. So 50% of your RNG contributes to your defense stat, and then the other 50% is contributed by how many metal hedrons you have. All right, love the boost idea. Cool, Juxon. I click the button and sign the MetaMask, but nothing happens. Okay, keep trying, Slush Weasel. So Todorika, I have 2 pairs. Nice. Trunks. I'm not able to claim the Pope. This is the 3rd one in a row I'm missing due to this issue. Okay. We'll have to figure out what that issue is. Is the AI codex the number that's correct? Yeah. Purity boost. Yeah, this is, by the way, this purity boost idea came from the community. I mean, I wish we had tracked who said that, but whoever it was a smart idea. How do you know if you have pairs? Look for your AI codex. I think it's you can see it on OpenSea, and let's see. Yeah, how do you know, Oscar? Oh, here it is. Yeah, sorry. Mine is 82. Let's click on this guy. The AI codex is right here, 82073. So I got nothing. Hey, what's going on, Rebel? You don't understand anything. Enjoy it. Once you see people playing, it'll make more sense. Okay, Todorika, just to be sure, you don't have to have them one next to each other, right? Yeah, you don't have to have them next to each other. Yeah, yours is 6.3 and 6.3. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, 2 6s for cess, one pair. So one pair is 10% boost. Yeah, this is yeah, we gotta have benefits for having like close to a pure Rovi. And the more pure you get, the more rare it is. So it makes sense. You can go Hercules. You can go to your My Assets, and then your stats will be. Let's see. Let me zoom back. My Assets. Click on your Rovi, and then scroll down, and you'll see all your stats. Yeah, Juxin. Rebel. It's like Will is speaking about something interesting. Yeah, man, just keep hanging out with us, and this will make a little bit more sense once you kind of get accustomed to all this stuff we're talking about here. So Hercules 11,788. That's two pairs, my friend. That is 15% boost. Let's see who has the most. Who has the highest boost so far? I know somebody has four of a kind, but are they here now? Yeah, AI Codex is the number we should be looking at. That's correct. You cannot change the AI Codex. Trey Waters, you have four of a kind? Dude, post it, dude. Dang, that's crazy. So that's a 6766 we can show here. Damn. That's a nice one, dude. So this one was off by one. Dude, this is like, dude, really lucky. So that would have been a 6 all across the board. But this one was a 7. Yeah. That's still pretty cool, man. The 666 Rovi. Yeah, man. I'm impressed. All right, we convinced Rebel. Look at that. How do you get a Rovi? So you can go to this Rovi website, Rovi.ai, and then you can just hit the mint button, and it'll take you to MetaZone, and then you can purchase 1, 3, or 10 Rovis, and then you're still right now still eligible to get the 3 NFTs, the transporter, the supercharger, and of course a Rovi, and then you can unbox it today as well. Oh yeah, we got instructions on Reddit as well from Trey Waters. Yeah, we need to give Reddit a little bit more love. I haven't spent enough time on there myself, so I need to do it. I'm not sure. I think there's a glitch, Hercules. Some people are not able to. I think it depends on which browser are you using. So Trunks showing 28%, 29%. Yeah, you got to work on your strength. What is that? Strength and battery. Swooty with 19. What is that? So I don't think that's your AI codec, Swooty. All right. Oh, damn, running out of time. All right, let's do this giveaway. We're gonna make this fast. Let me hit up Oscar. Okay, Oscar, you want to send me a list of ETH addresses? So we're gonna do this the same thing we did last time. We basically had a list of verified addresses, um, and then those out of that list, someone's gonna win a Rovi transporter. Oh yeah. So tranquilo, 49%. Yeah, it's really good, dude. Yeah, I can't wait to get these assets out there so we can start playing. Hercules, we're not using the reaction bot. We're gonna see if we can get a list of these verified ETH addresses, and then we'll pick a random one for the transporter. Loose. All you have to do is get an asset on MetaZone. So let me show you what the assets look like. And there's a couple of ways to get it. I think the fastest, easiest way right now, since the crowbar doesn't work, is to jump into Decentraland and visit a garden bed. So I think there's a garden bed over here. Yeah, here we are. There's a garden bed over here. And then once you visit this garden bed, I think you're issued seeds after registering. And then once you're issued seeds, then you can get verified. Well, what the? Somebody's got a pyramid above their head. Stony eye. All right, let's see. All right, cool. Let's see. I got the ETH addresses. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. We're going to pick one at random, and okay, here we go. The winner is okay. All right, I missed some things. The bot gave me a link to claim the bot, but I can't mint it due to an issue. Yeah, you're still part of the giveaway. Go player power. Okay, we picked one, and the winner is, I don't know who this is, but this is the winner. Let's see who can claim this. Oh, there it is, Maximus. Oh yeah, dude. Nice. Congratulations, man. So I got 2 to send out. Citrons won one this weekend, and then Maximus. All right. So yeah, definitely come back next week. We're gonna have some additional updates. we're gonna chat with Green Sapphire on Friday, and then maybe a roundtable Sunday. If you want, we can merge that on Monday. And let's see what else. Hopefully, we'll be able to kind of get the next meta out there. I think the next one is going to be the hologram. Hologram has huge implications for us because once that meta is an NFT and it's deployable, we're going to make the rest of the content that we have through through that calendar, the meta drop calendar, available as well. So we got some work ahead of us. But again, congratulations to the winners today, Popaholics out there. We'll be back next week as usual. And so yeah, stay tuned. We'll be making some updates on the Discord as well with announcements. So yeah, I appreciate you guys being here as always. And yeah, we'll at the very minimum, I'll see you on Monday, if not Friday and Sunday. So thank you guys, and until then.